We've always wanted to eliminate the digital divide and get people connected. I mean, the sad fact is 80% of the world is not connected to the internet. Think about that. No IP connection whatsoever. No phone, no internet, no browser, no Google, no chat, no IM, no email. No one owns the written and spoken languages, and the written and spoken language of the internet should also be equally open. I mean, can you imagine if I just owned a vowel? I'd even take Y. Just, you know, just a nickel every time you used a word or spoke or taught or wrote Y. Just a nickel every time. I wouldn't have to work. IP does matter. I'm a true believer in intellectual property. I'm a true believer in patents and copyright done properly, and I won't go into that rat hole, but that could be a 4-year conversation we could have, a 4-year study. But without intellectual property and the right to the opportunity to make a return on R&D, you're not going to get big R&D. There's a huge issue and difference, and I want to, all of you policymakers out there understand, IP matters. It's critical to get corporations to make the investments in software, in hardware, in drugs, in communications technology, but that sharing can explode the opportunities here without destroying the ROI models if people really understand what the licensing models are all about. So I appreciate the question. It's actually absolutely critical, because a lot of people don't understand the difference between IP and contributing to a community, an open source community. They aren't mutually exclusive, and in fact they're highly linked and very, I think we're proving at Sun is a very useful model that can win very nicely in the marketplace.
There is a fundamental cultural change that has to happen, not only with government to embrace the notion of openness, but even in the NGO sector, to understand that of, by, and for the people now has to become of, by, for, and open for the people.
Well, I guess what's exciting me about the stuff that Scott and Sun are doing is that they're taking the concepts that have been developed in the technology community around hardware and software and the value of openness there, and now they're moving them into education and they're moving them into environment. And I think the same concepts, just as Ellen was saying, apply to governance as well, that we're going to see a huge impact on openness, transparency, the ability for people to organize, to communicate, impacting the way we govern ourselves. And so it will be transformative of democracy. And the question is kind of, how are we going to do that, and how quickly, and what form will it take?